did y'all think y'all were going to get away with not seeing me on my favorite player's birthday, the Minka Fitzpatrick's birthday? Did y'all think I was going to get away with that? No, sir. So, anyway, we have a lot to talk about, a lot to unravel. Emotions are down from the game on Sunday because they were at an all-time high because we decided to tie with the Detroit Lions. And let me tell you, my arch nemesis right now is Matthew Canada. Yeah. Let me just start. Happy birthday, Minka. But hey, Matthew, his mama named him Matthew, so I'm going to call him Matthew. I'm going to need to talk to you because I need to know why you stopped running the ball. Why? Against the lowest rated run defense, you stopped running the ball. Let's talk about that. Shall we? Like, if we break it down to, I don't even think I'm going to have enough time to get into this week's game against the Chargers. I might get to it, but if you just go and look at the first drive, minus the fact that we got a PI call, the first drive, guess who we had in the game, y'all? Besides Najee Harris, who's doing phenomenal with the line that we had pieced together for him. Guess who was in the game and made some plays? Derek Watt. I don't recall seeing Derek Watt after that. I mean, I could be mistaken. He could have been on the field, but I didn't see any production from Derek Watt. And I'm not blaming Derek. Don't get this twisted when I'm blaming Derek. I'm so much blaming coaching on this one. Why? Why are we on the 5-yard line? First and 5. Or is it the 6-yard line? First and 5. And we are not running the ball. We decided to throw the ball 3 times. Why is that? Why? When your run game, I mean, Najee was getting 6 yards, and I don't understand why. I do understand why. Okay, let me break it down for you why they probably decided to stop. No, let me break it down for you why they did stop running the ball. Let me just break it down. They stopped running the ball because they had injuries at corner. They had injuries at safety. They had injuries on that Lions defense. And they thought Mason Rudolph was going to be able to throw his way in this game and win it for us. Only a fool will put all their eggs in that kind of basket when you have the Najee Harris. It's not like you have the running game of last year. So what do we have? Like, we got ourselves in such a hole that we didn't have a choice but to rely on the arm of Mason Rudolph. And I can't blame Mason for the game because it was coaching. It was play calling that put him in these positions where he had to throw the ball. It was not his fault. All he had to do was pitch the ball to Najee and let the man run. So, Matt, I look at you and I say, why are you calling 3 plays for Mason to throw the ball when you have a Najee Harris? And you could very, very much well bring a Derek Watt in on the worst running defense in the league. The worst. It's not like we were facing the best running defense in the league and you decided you wanted to throw the ball. You were facing one of the worst. That is what I can't comprehend. That is it. That's where I'm puzzled. It doesn't make sense to me. You thought you were going to throw your way in to win this game, and it didn't work. You know why? Because you don't have Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback and his intellect at quarterback. So I can't blame you, Mason. As much as people are, doubting you, it ain't 100% your fault. It's the play calling. Because you wouldn't look like a winner if they put you in the position to win, but they didn't. They didn't. So yeah, Coach Tomlin said he's not mad at Mason. How could you can't be mad at Mason? You can't be mad. You can only be mad at coaching. That's it. That's it. And you guys know I try not to get overly emotional about things like this, but that was so disturbing to see them abandoning the run that I had to come on here and just talk straightly and just wow. I'm like reliving being in Heinz Field and seeing them not run the ball and look up at the box like, Matt Canada, what are you doing? Why are you not running the ball? Run the ball. Whew, man. I just gave myself a headache, y'all. I just gave myself a headache. Just predominantly my take on the offense. Just we shot ourselves in the foot not running the ball. I mean, you can say the defense was what it was, but at the end of the game, the defense kept us in the game almost as much as they could, given the conditions, given the players that they had out. I feel like the defense at the end of that game made the plays that they need to make to get us back on the field. I don't know how many times. And for the offense to be forced to throw the ball, fumbling, just making careless mistakes when we should have been running the ball. We should have been able to run the ball earlier to avoid those particular situations. Penalties, again, coming back to Hana, some of them, of course, not good calls, but look, we can't help it. We're gonna get bad calls. We're gonna get bad calls on both sides, right? It's just the nature of the game. I've been hearing a lot of Devin Bush slander. I'm not co-signing that. I can't get with the Devin Bush slander right now. It's just not something I agree with because people want to associate what he's doing right now to, his draft, like where he was drafted at a couple years ago. And I'm not with it because I've seen the plays that Devin has made. I've seen the plays that Devin has put other players, like for example, Trey Norwood, in positions to make plays. So I'm not buying the Devin Bush slander. I'm not co-signing that at all. I'm gonna give this man some more time, and he has made the plays, and he is coming off a significant injury, and he has been injured this year. So I'm pumping my brakes on all of that. But it was a roller coaster, and y'all know my man Minka, freaking dog, had an interception. And I'm like, oh, because of that. Nah, it was bogus anyway. I don't care. It was bogus. But yeah, man, it was a tough game all around for us. It just felt like nobody wanted to win. I know we wanted to win. The defense wanted to win. But it was just, coaching did not put us in the position to win. They just did not. Special teams did not have a good game. They had a great first punt. They had a great Derek freaking Watt had a great play in the beginning of the game on special teams, but just special teams to me, besides Boswell, of course, they weren't spectacular. Overall, all sides of the ball just didn't do well. I can't be mad at Chris Boswell because they didn't give him they didn't give him the opportunity to go out there and win it for us. So I thought that at the end of the fourth quarter with 20 seconds to go, we should have tried something. They decided to try nothing and go into halftime. That was a risk there. And I think a lot of that just comes off of Tomlin's trust of our defense. And that's just bottom line what it is. They trust that defense so much to go out there and make a play and make a stop and not blink, right? And that's typically what happens. That's typically what happens. The defense goes out there and makes a play to put the offense in position. But that's usually what happens. And it works a lot of the time when Ben Roethlisberger's on the opposite side of the ball. And He can look and he can see things and he can make things happen. But when you don't have that veteran leadership on that offense, you see what happens. And it's one thing I've been telling people. I'm telling people, y'all been complaining about Ben. You've been telling me Ben's trash. You've been telling me Ben's done. Let me tell you something. I've been telling you the same thing. There is not a better quarterback for that team on that team. So don't give me that mess. And I'm not trying to bash Mason. I'm not trying to bash Dwayne. I'm telling you what is true. I'm telling you what the coaches know is true. And that's the reality. He's the best quarterback for that team at this time. And that's just what it is. Like, if you needed more proof, then you also need a prescription for glasses. I want to keep dwelling on the tie. It is frustrating. I know you guys are frustrated. I thought my emotions were down from it, but I kind of just like revived them right here in this in this instant, because I was pretty disappointed in how we played and how we play called. But this week it's so much up in the air that I can't even say what our game plan should be, because we have so many injuries on both sides of the ball and missing pieces. Ben's still up in the air. I'm going to just go ahead and scratch him because he has to have 2 negative tests. We got Trey Dotson. I don't know. Trey Turner's playing. I don't know if Joe Hayden's playing. I don't know if TJ Watt's playing. We know there's a 99% chance Mika's not playing. Like, it's like 99.99999% chance Mika's not playing. And that sucks because I hate going to games and not being able to yell Mika. But it is so hard to sit here and game plan for this particular team when, especially on the defensive side, because you want to game plan against stopping Justin Herbert, right? You want to game plan about getting him contained. But you don't even have your game changing, your offensive game planning against pieces. The Chargers are game planning against, would be game planning against a TJ Watt. It would be game planning against a Minkah Fitzpatrick. You already eliminated those threats. So it's like, oh, who we got? Like, maybe you Carl Joseph, maybe you Trey Norwood. Like, nah, okay. Oh, we don't have TJ. We got a Taco. We got Taco. We'll be all right. So it's a different vibe. It's a different vibe, man. Not saying that Ben plays spectacularly well on the West Coast. We know how that goes with Ben. And that's what ultimately I had this game as a loss for the Steelers. But I didn't have the Detroit Lions game as a loss for the Steelers. Even though we technically didn't lose, let me tell you why it's a loss. It is a loss in the AFC North if you have a tie on your record. It's a loss. The way that this division goes, that is equal to a loss. It just is. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. This is the first week where I'm just like, it's so much up in the air. It's only Wednesday. We have 2 more days of practice and traveling on Saturday. It's just too early to tell. But I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that we get out there. We got a game plan with Najee. We got a game plan with any of the other running backs, Benny, Kevin, Kelvin, whatever. I always say his name wrong. Not on purpose. Balaj, right? Balaj. So, we got a game plan with them. We got a game plan with the receivers. You saw a lot of Ray. You saw a lot of Washington. Like, I'm expecting that to continue. Ebron caught a ball. Pat. I mean, man, we got a lot. We got a lot of work to do. And I know our team is working hard. And somebody brought up that Mason and Ben didn't talk, and they thought that was strange. Why is that strange to y'all? They don't talk. They don't talk on a regular day. They don't talk on a Tuesday. Why would you think? If you want to find out information on Ben Roethlisberger, you need to talk to Joshua Dobbs. Because Mason Rudolph and Ben Roethlisberger are not buddies. They don't talk. So don't be surprised that Mason's going to tell you, yeah, I ain't talked to Ben. Because that's normal. It's been normal for years now. But anyway, y'all want something to talk about. That ain't it. That ain't it. You want a storyline? You think that's surprising? It's not. Sometimes Steeler Nation irritates me. They really do. But as irritated as I am, it's important for us to figure out how to stop those big throws from Justin Herbert. Our run game defense is suffering tremendously. Ken Hayward is still playing phenomenal. I gotta give it to James Pierre. He's been playing well too. My energy is low because we have a lot of adversity that we're facing, and I still think it's winnable. I still think it's a winnable game. And it just makes me sad to see some of the things that I see Steeler Nation say and do about this team. And we've never been a team where things are just given and handed to us. We've always had to work for every single game. There's not been a game where we just sat there and blew people out and no one ever had a chance, didn't have a chance to beat us. I think like the Browns game last year was probably the closest we've been to blowing people out in a while. So we gotta fight through adversity, and I think we have the best coach to motivate our players to do that. And we just have to have faith, and you just have to believe and get rid of all that doubt, because that doubt can affect these players on this team. And you may not think it does, but it can. And I try not to be too negative for a Mason, because ultimately that his head is going to win you football games. It's going to complete passes. His mental capacity is what's going to get the ball where it needs to be. And, I try to be encouraging because you just don't know. You just don't know. You don't know what it's like. Y'all don't play. Y'all ain't on that field. And just have a little bit of compassion. And I say all that, and I'm still mad at Matt Canada. He screwed us. I don't care what I say. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what I said about the whole compassion thing. I don't have compassion for the play calling. I don't have no compassion for that. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to just go ahead and end this, because like I said, I cannot, it's too early to tell. It's only Wednesday. We got a couple more practices to go. I cannot sit here and game plan for what's going to happen with the Chargers. I don't know. I don't know who's coming. I don't know who's getting on that plane. I don't know. And it's going to suck if it's not Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. It's going to suck if, TJ is not playing. It's going to suck if Joe Hayden's not out there. It's going to suck because Minka will not be there. It's going to suck. Badly. Anyway, y'all, I'll be back. I'll actually be flying out to LA. I will be there. I hope to see you guys there. I hope to meet and greet people that I have met before, people I haven't met before. And I can't wait to see you all. So if you're going to LA, safe travels. If you're not, stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram. I will try to present you with as much footage as I possibly can and have you enjoy the experience through my point of view. So thank you for listening and watching. I will be back as soon as I can with more information about what the heck is going on with the Steelers. Have a good night, y'all. Have a good day. In the morning, I will talk to you soon.